The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue ribs and many local favorites on Warrior Drive, locally operated by Anne Marie Brents and the Lanning family. Danny Brewer here. You know, I don't know if it gets much better than Blackman Lady Blaze head basketball coach Jennifer Grandstaff. Coach, you know, I'm thrilled right now to have you on the phone. How are you, Coach?
Hey, I'm doing great, Danny. Thanks. Appreciate the nice comments. I don't know. I think it gets a lot better than that, but anyway, I do appreciate it. Glad to be here this morning.
Well, Coach, as a veteran guy who's seen a lot and all that stuff, I think I'm right. So anyway, that's what I tell my kids all the time is, you know, I may not be right all the time, but I think I am.
That's right.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Lady Blaze. What's your record right now?
You know, Danny, I'm not sure. I think, I don't know, but 15-2. I know we're 2.
Well, I think I saw 16-2. Now I don't know, but you know what, Coach? That tells me right there how good you are because the record doesn't matter. It's a what's next mentality, and that's kind of where you're at, right? It doesn't matter what we've done. What are we going to do, right?
Right, definitely. Yeah, we don't put much focus on what's just happened. We're pretty much worried about what's coming. So that's just kind of our approach to our whole program. You know, let's just continue to improve, and let's look at the next game and see what we got to do to be successful.
Well, Coach, I do want to rewind real quick. Let's talk about last night's game. Okay. I think you played Rockvale, and you know Rockvale has been a program that in their infancy, because I mean the school's not that old, but they have been really good at times. So talk about what happened last night, because I think maybe you ladies sent a little bit of a message last night.
Oh, gosh, I thought it was a great ball game. Rockville came out just on fire. I thought they were played really purposeful. They were very focused. They did a great job defensively. They pushed the ball. I think we got down 11-3 at one point, and it was extremely physical. Eric Maston went out in the first minute of the game, got a pretty good thigh bruise, took a knee to the thigh, and we lost another kid to a bloody nose. And, you know, it was just one of those knockdown, drag-out games. But I was just really pleased with how our kids handled the physicality of the game. Probably one of the toughest battles we've been in a while. You try to warn your young kids, like, hey, this is going to be a really physical, aggressive game. You know, let's make sure we're really tight and fundamental with everything that we do. And they kind of look at you like, we got this, Coach, we got this. But I was really pleased with the way they responded as well, because it did get physical, and, you know, a couple of them got to see double teams a lot, triple teamed, and I thought they handled it well. And, you know, just really proud of, just how we weathered the storm early in the game, and just stayed the course and had a great second quarter. And, things just went our way late in the game as well.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned her, Lyric Masson. She's one of the blossoming flowers on this team. Is she not? I mean, she pours in points. Talk a little bit about that player. Hands
down, she's just been phenomenal for us. Extremely special kind of player. You know, I've been so fortunate to coach great players at Blackman, and Lyric's just another one. I'm telling you, she has elevated her game, elevated her maturity, elevated her leadership for us. She's just been an all-around great competitor. That's, she's done everything we've asked of her. She's really embraced our young kids. You know, a lot of times upperclassmen have a hard time, embracing younger players that come in there that are talented and going to play a lot. And Lyric's just really embraced them and worked with them, and been a great leader for them. So just extremely proud of her growth throughout over the last course of the year. I mean, she's just answered everything that we've asked out of her.
When last night, when she suffered that injury early, was there any panic in your team? I mean, I know she's the leader, but was there any panic, or was there more of a rally, you feel like?
I don't think there was a panic. I think, there was a little bit of like, okay, we're going to be okay. They kind of looked at each other, maybe a little rally right there. But, they know Lyric. I mean, she's probably I've been in this a long time, and I'll tell you, when you have players that go down, you kind of, oh gosh, you cringe. But, with Lyric, when she goes down, it's kind of like, just give her a minute, because I know she's always she's going to get back up and she's going to be ready to compete. It might be a minute, might be 5 minutes, or it might be immediately, but either way, she's going to get back in that ball game and she's going to be a competitor. So, she's just tough, hard-nosed kind of kid. So I think our kids know that about Lyric, and I think that they felt it was just a matter of time till we had her back in there.
So when we talk about tough and hard-nosed and all that stuff, she's kind of a tone setter for the rest of the team, you feel like?
Oh, definitely. I mean, she's a tone setter in the locker room. She's a tone setter in practice. She's a tone setter in the game. Kids kind of follow. That's great. If you got your leader and one of your best players that's going to come in and demand it every day in practice and not take days off, then you got a chance. I've always felt you got a chance to be a pretty good program. And, when you got that leader that doesn't really want to work hard, not crazy about practice, then, you're going to be an average to maybe a little bit above average. So, Lyric's really been super in terms of that, of what she kind of demands of her players and expectation and the standards that she set. We've got some that juniors that have just followed that and have done the same and kind of had the same type of mindset. And then it's just our younger kids just follow the lead.
Coach, talk a little bit about another one of your players, Layla Hall. I think she had a big game last night against Rockville, too.
Yep. Layla, talented freshman, we knew coming in that one of those gifted players, got a lot of God-given ability. She's got a great body, great size, strong. She can elevate. She's young, but she's, just, we see the progression that she's made week by week, She kind of looks at us like we're silly when we say, you got to do this, you got to do that, because she thinks she's doing it. But, we just want her to do it harder, stronger, faster, quicker than what she's done in the past, because the game's such a more physical, faster-paced game. And she's responded well for us again as well. And she's just she's a special player. You're going to hear a lot of Layla Hall in the next 3.5 years. You'll hear that. That'll be another legend name that has come through Blackman High School.
When you talk about a freshman, I think she knocked down 22 last night. A freshman knocking down 22 in a varsity game against a big rival. It got to be you got a smile on your face about that, don't you?
Oh, sure. Like I said, we knew she was a special athlete, and she's really progressed and developed. But yeah, I mean, she and Layla has to work for her points. I'm telling you, the word's out that she gets touches. She gets triple, like several times she had a triple team on her in there, double team. And she's starting to expect it, and expect the physicality of it. At first she's kind of like, wonder why, why are they sending two? And we're like, well, Layla, you're pretty much a go-to kind of player. They're going to, people, are aware of you and have got to be able to defend you in order to have success. And she's come a long way, and she just continues to mature and to grow every day in practice for us as well.
So when we talk about these two players individually, Hall and Maston, you're right. People scout them. They know what's up, right? So you're not sneaking up on anybody.
No. Not in our league. Our coaches in our league, they do their homework. They work at it. They study it. And, it's pretty much all around. Everybody, people, they're in it for a reason. They love it, and they love to work at it and study it. So they usually come out with a great game plan against those two individuals.
Coach, we're going to talk about thoroughbred racing for just a moment and how it relates to your team, because you love thoroughbred racing. I live thoroughbred racing, okay? So the big day at Gulfstream Park in South Florida, the Pegasus World Cup Day, I think there's the last 6 races are all graded stakes races. The Filly and Mare Turf is the one I want to talk about. There's a couple horses in there. There's one Irish bred trained by Saffie Joseph, won 2 in a row. Be your best. How important is it for your team to understand every night out you got to be your best?
We talk a lot about that. We've got to be our best, because we know we're going to get everybody else's best shot when they get to play us. It's just, kids a lot of times they look at you and they think they understand it, but to be your best is tough. I mean, because you got to be your best at every possession, every little thing that we stress, like how you cut to the ball, how you meet your pass, how strong you are with the ball, how well do you block out, all those things that you take for granted that just come along with the nature of the game. I mean, we really stress to our kids, man, we got to be our best at the little things. We can be our best at the little things. The big things will take care of themselves. So can't harp on that enough. Be your best, be your best, be your best. That's just a big part of who we are.
Coach, you've inspired me. Be your best 6-1 on the morning line. I think I'm going to have a ticket on her. Let's talk about one more. Mark Cassie trained. She's 2 for 2 lifetime at Gulfstream Park, where the race is being run today. Pounce. Love it. 15-1 on the morning line. She's my live long shot. Pounce. How important is it whenever you come out to pounce on the opponent to send a message to them, hey, look, we are Blackman, and we're going to be Blackman?
I don't know if that's a focus of Pounce. I mean, obviously, we don't talk so much about our opponent anymore. We're such a young team. We talk so much more about us. Let's, like you said, be our best, be our best. If we're our best, then we got a great chance to be successful. And if we happen to be successful and to the point where, we get a solid victory against an opponent, I think that's a plus for us. But it's never so much about the opponent. It's always more about us this year.
Well, Coach, I think that's an outstanding strategy, and that's why you are the legendary Jennifer Grandstaff. We appreciate your time. We certainly wish you the best of luck, Coach.
All right. Thanks so much, Danny. Great to hear from you.
Yes, ma'am. The Coach's Show is brought to you by the Murfreesboro Special Census. Counting everyone means more. State dollars to improve roads, parks, and services. Fill out the fast, easy, and secure form at murfreesborocensus.com.
And the Blue Raiders win again.
I need to get some